I used to think, oh, I need to be with an alpha male, but that doesn't work for me because I would say, okay, maybe I'm an alpha female, but it's not in the sense of like, I need to wear the pants in the relationship. It's just, I know who I am.
Right.
And I'm not going to take shit from no one. Like,
Right.
no man's going to come in here and like belittle me. They're not going to dwindle my leg. You're not going to like stop me from growing and doing what I want to do. And I'm going to challenge you. And I got a lot of flack for that from guys. They'd be like, you're just not soft. Someone literally said, I'm not soft. Like, they want me to be softer. They want me to be soft like a cookie. And my ex told me he wanted me to be like a dog. And yes, I'm telling you,
It's
there's
like obedient.
Yes, obedient. And I'm like, what? You know, and I'm like, I am soft, but I'm gonna be soft with the right person.
And
Like,
in the
I'm
right type of ways.
in the right type of ways. Exactly. So I would get that a lot. Like, oh, you just want a guy who's gonna be a yes guy and do these things and do that. And I'm like, no, I want a guy who's gonna respect me.
And grow and communicate.
And grow, yeah, and let me be me. Because I found that like what's alluring to people about you, once they have it, they want to change that. Like
into what they want.
Yeah. So I've noticed that was happening a lot. Like, I'm a very bold personality, and when I go out, I like to dance, and I like to dance with everyone. And people know that about me. I'm like, it's nothing like deep. I'm just having fun. But if you're going to have insecurities and you want me to sit down because it's drawing too much attention to me, you're with the wrong person.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody.
Yeah, no one. And those were conversations I was having with guys. Like, I had a lot of those conversations where they would be like, you just want to get attention and da-da-da-da-da, and you're flirting with that guy and you're doing that. I'm like, I'm literally just being me. I'm just a nice person that is outgoing and I like to have fun. And you knew this about me because you met me out. You know, like you met me
You weren't
out.
mad when I was giving you that attention.
Yeah. And it's like, even that attention, it doesn't mean that it's romantic. It's just being. I'm just being.
You know, I want to elaborate on that a little more because I feel like if you treat the opposite sex nice, right? Like if you were dancing with another woman, right? No one would ever be like, hey, why are you dancing with that woman, right? Because it's a woman.
Yeah.
But if it's a guy, it's like, well, why are you having fun with that guy? And I feel like it's like a weird way of sexism, right? When it's I try and be nice to everybody, right? What if like I'm being nice to you, right? And someone's like, oh, you're only being nice to her because she's really pretty. It's like, well, why? Why can't I just be nice to her because I'm being nice to him? Like, why do we have to make it all about just being ourselves and being nice to everybody, you know? It's just a weird social dynamic.
I think I will say, I agree with what you're saying, but I will say in that situation, it's probably not, it may be more that the guy is worried about the other guy. Like, and how the guy, he knows the guy is going to try to make a move or be predatory versus you. Like, you may not have that intention, but he's like, I know what the guy's intentions are. So it just, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying like, that's probably the mindset.
But I feel like then it's not trusting the person.
Of course.
Like, not like her judgment, right? Like, I think she could know when a guy's coming on too strong or like his agenda. And then like she could control how to get out of it on her own. She doesn't need like a guy to be like, hey, I know that guy's trying to get with you. It's like, well, yeah, I know he's trying to get with me too. I'm going to walk away when I
Of course.
feel
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. And I believe in boundaries too. It's like there's one type of dancing versus another type of dancing, right?
Yeah.
Like, we know where the lines cross, right? So it's like, if I'm just sitting here and I'm jiving and grooving, why are you upset? You know, like, you shouldn't be upset about that. And I do agree with you. It's like, trust that I have good judgment and discernment, and I'm not going to let this guy disrespect you, you know?
Sure.
But
Yeah.
also, like, let me be me. Like, let me be a light in the room.
Yeah, I always try and tell Hannah that. Like I fully understand what she's saying. Like, oh, women have an agenda that they want to try and get to you. And I'm like, I understand that. But trust me to know that once I feel a line is crossed, I will let them know and pull myself out of the situation. And the line will never get crossed because I will not let them disrespect you. And it's like having that boundary, you know?
Yeah, it's great. I find it to be a turn on, honestly. I like to see my man get approached by women. I'm like, ooh, you into him? Yes.
Yeah.
Right? It
Yeah,
is
I love
nice.
it. I don't know. I've never been jealous like that. I actually like it. I'm like, oh, he's wanted. He's desired, you know? But I know, like, he's not going to do anything. I'm literally in the room, you know? Like,
Yeah.
But I trust my partner enough. I've always came with that energy. I'm like, I trust you to make the right decisions. If you fuck up, that's on you, and you have to deal with the consequence.
Yeah.
But until then,
Well, because it sounds like he's the same person that you were attracted to. right? Whereas sometimes people get into relationships and they lose what made the other person attracted to them in the first place, whether they stop like taking care of themselves as much or like have that same like, you know, like if again, because it comes back to who you really are, right? If you have this front on for even for a year and then you slowly just like, you know, like get reduced to some other version of yourself that's not like that same person, like that's going to be unattractive. So it seems like, you know, in your situation, he's probably the same guy that you met and giving off that same vibe and like, oh yeah, obviously people are going to be attracted to him because that's how I was attracted to him. So it makes sense. And that means you're secure in the relationship. And sounds like he is too.
Yeah, I think that's your job as a partnership, is to make each other feel secure and safe. So when you step out those doors, you know who you're with. If you don't know who you're with and you don't trust them, then you need to reevaluate your relationship.
Yeah.
Like truly, because you should already have those conversations. Like, how do you handle yourself if this was to happen? Then listen to what that person says. You can hear and figure it all out with how that person responds. So for me, I'm very like, I love to ask all the questions. I'm like, you want to have a threesome? You like other girls? Like, what were you doing before you dated me? Did you fuck on your couch that we're sitting on right now? Like, I'm asking every question. And he's like, why are you asking me these things? But I'm inquisitive. Like, I want to know. And then I want to know, how do you handle yourself in these circumstances? Like, I think I know, you know, but I also want to hear how you feel. And so we talk like that. That goes back to communication and transparency. And we have those really in-depth conversations. So I trust him to do the right thing and to represent me correctly and vice versa. When I walk out those doors, I represent you. You don't have to worry about telling me. You don't have to scold me. You should know my personality enough to know if I'm like kikiing with someone, it's nothing deep. I'm just having fun.